The Holy Gospel according to John. On the third day there was a wedding in Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. Jesus and his disciples had also been invited to the wedding. When the wine gave out, the mother of Jesus said to him, "They have no wine." And Jesus said to her, "Woman, what concern is that to you and me? My hour has not yet come." His mother said to the servants, "Do whatever he tells you." Now, standing there were 6 stone water jars for the Jewish rites of purification, each holding 20 or 30 gallons. Jesus said to them, "Fill the jars with water." And they filled them up to the brim. He said to them, "Now draw some out and take it to the chief steward." So they took it. When the steward tasted the water that had become wine and did not know where it came from, though the servants who had drawn the water knew, the servant called the bridegroom and said to him, "Everyone serves the good wine first, and then the inferior wine after the guests have become drunk. But you have kept the good wine until now." Jesus did this, the first of his signs, in Cana of Galilee, and revealed his glory, and the disciples believed in him. The Gospel of the Lord. Please be seated. May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. Amen. Most people serve the good wine to begin with, and then when you're too drunk to notice the difference, the poor wine comes out. It actually reminds me of days gone by in Scotland when I would go to a party and take the cheap beer with me and put it on the table along with the rest of the beer, and then I would drink the good beer that was there. My father taught me that trick. Don't try this at home, children. It's an amazing setting, isn't it? Jewish weddings of that period could go on for 7 days. Big procession would form, and all the friends of the groom would walk to the house of the bride. And they'd take the bride and process with great jubilation to the home of the bridegroom. There would be a wedding ceremony, food, wine, singing, dancing, rejoicing, and celebrations for 7 days. And you think modern weddings are expensive. It was a community event. Families coming together, 2 becoming 1, and a chance for the community to rejoice. And then they ran out of wine. Can you imagine the embarrassment? Can you imagine the embarrassment of having such a large community event and then the wine runs out? It's such an incredible story on the one hand, yet incredibly believable and relatable on the other. The embarrassment. The stewards hurrying around, trying to figure out what to do. And Mary, the mother of Jesus, about whom we know very little, because the gospel writers are largely silent about her, except for the occasional, what might these days be called guest appearances that the Blessed Virgin makes in the Gospels. John doesn't even call her by name in his Gospel. Mary says, "Son, do something." And Jesus demurs. "Woman." It's what Jesus says in John's Gospel. Remember on the cross? Woman, behold thy son. Son, behold thy mother. Woman, what's that got to do with us? What's that to do with you? What's that to do with me? My hour hasn't come. Now, for those of us who are steeped in the story of Jesus' passion and death and resurrection, we hear the hour with a whole different resonance than the initial hearers would have. We know about Jesus' hour. Father, let this cup pass from me. The hour is at hand. Look at the number of times in John's Gospel that Jesus talks about the hour, or the narrator talks about the hour, or someone else refers to Christ's hour. With the Samaritan woman at the well, woman, believe me, the hour is coming when you will worship the Father, neither on this mountain nor in Jerusalem. But the hour is coming, and is now here, when the true worshippers will worship the Father in spirit and truth. When Jesus speaks to the crowds, very truly I tell you, the hour is coming and is now here, when the dead will hear the voice of the Son of God, and those who hear will live. Don't be astonished at this, for the hour is coming when all who are in their graves will hear his voice. When Jesus speaks to the crowds again, my time has not yet come, but your time is always here. Or, go to the festival yourselves. I'm not going to this festival, for my time has not yet fully come. Or when John the Evangelist writes, then they tried to arrest him, but no one laid hands on him, because his hour had not yet come. Or, he spoke these words when he was teaching in the treasury of the temple, but no one arrested him, because his hour had not yet come. And on and on and on it goes. But it climaxes in awesome resonance on the cross. That was his hour. Today, the gospel reading comes at the start of Jesus' ministry. This is the first miracle, remember. The first sign. The first revelation of who he is and the power he possesses. And already he is talking about his hour. So that makes us pay a little more attention, doesn't it? To what otherwise looks like a cheap conjuring trick. There is something going on here. Wine and water. Water into wine. You cannot but think of the cross when the hour had come. And what happened to Jesus on the cross? In John's Gospel, the Jewish authorities want the bodies removed as soon as possible so they're not still there on Calvary's Hill when Passover fully begins. And so the soldiers go and break the legs of the two robbers who are crucified with Jesus. But they don't break Jesus' legs because they see that he is already dead. But just to make sure, you remember what they do? They take a spear and they pierce his side. They don't break his legs so that the prophecy might be fulfilled and not one of his bones was broken. So they pierce his side, and what comes out? Water and blood. The blood of the Lamb mixed with the water of life from his pierced side. Water and wine. Water and blood. The hour that has not yet come and the hour that had come. Powerful images in such a celebratory occasion as a wedding. His disciples did not understand these things at first, but when Jesus was glorified, they remembered that these things had been written of him and had been be done to him. In the gospel story, we hear that this was the first of his signs in Cana of Galilee, and it revealed his glory. But it's not his full glory, is it? Here and there in the gospel accounts, we see the glimpses of God's glory in Jesus. But remember that old hymn, "In the cross of Christ I glory," towering over this darkened spot. Incredible old hymn, beautiful tune, powerful words. Yet, for John in his gospel, for John the evangelist, the glory of God is seen not in majesty and might, and not even in the wondrous signs such as the changing of water into wine at the wedding in Cana of Galilee. God's glory is perversely and awesomely revealed in the cross of Christ, in his passion and in his death, in his glorious resurrection. There we see the glory of God in wood and nails and sweat and blood and water and wine. There we see God's glory. There we see God's love. So, let's reflect Jesus' question. What is that to us? What does this mean? Or as we've asked countless generations of confirmation students, was ist das? Proverbial preacher's 3 points, I'm going to suggest. And the first one is to remind us of what I said here when the kids were sitting on this step and I was rolling around like a beached whale. It doesn't say in the gospel, but I'm willing to bet that no one noticed the beautiful wine. The steward noticed, because the word steward there means the slave who is in charge of the whole shebang, the whole wedding, the preparations, the execution thereof, making everything go like clockwork. That slave would be as sober as a judge. But the guests, how did I start this sermon? The remembrance that once you've had a few glasses of wine too many, you don't notice the vintage. The reality is that probably no one at the wedding noticed. I mentioned the kids. What a tragedy it is when we are so focused on ourselves or the task at hand, or something that needs to be accomplished, or sometimes just out to lunch, you know. The lights are on, but there's no one at home. Or these days, and yeah, I'm including myself in this, head buried in a cell phone. You might walk by me and think, oh, pastor is deep in prayer. Deep in Facebook. How much we miss. Ever sat at a restaurant and looked around at the tables of people just not talking, not interacting? How much we miss the love that we do not see, the need that we overlook, the beauty that goes by us and we are blissfully unaware. But opening those eyes of faith to see the other, maybe even to see ourselves, how much more glorious, how much more loving. And these days, how much more essential that is, that we not look down, but instead look up. So that when we taste the beautiful, rich wine, we notice And we rejoice. We drink deeply of it. Metaphorically, of course. And look at the volumes involved. 6 stone water jars holding 20 or 30 gallons each. You do the math. Of the finest wine. This is a story not just of the miraculous, but of abundance. The human condition is such that we think in terms of scarcity all the time, even when we don't realize it. There's not enough, we're going to run out, we'll never make do, things would be so much better if, ... Which is crazy, because abundance is everywhere. Nice ringtone, by the way, I want that. Mine just goes brr, brr. Look at this congregation. I mean, look around you this morning. Can you imagine the talents and knowledge that exists in the head and in the hearts of the people around you? And we're not all here. There's more of us. There's a whole second congregation that meets at 11 o'clock. And then there's the folks that couldn't make it here today. You think we're short of anything in this place? Look at you. There is nothing we can't accomplish with the time and the talent of the people here. And like that stewardship sermon of old that I've alluded to several times, because I'll do anything for a cheap laugh. The greatest stewardship message when the pastor said, I've got good news and bad news. The good news is we have enough money to do anything in this place. The bad news is it's still in your pockets. But look at the resources that many people here have. Negative budgets and a shortage of volunteers ought not to be St. Armands Key Lutheran Church. This is a place of abundance. Share. Give. Rejoice. The good news is that we have more than we could ever use if we share. Oh yeah, I knew there was a third one. There had to be a third one. You have saved the best for last, says the steward of the probably completely confused bridegroom. So I apologize, because you've probably heard this 1,000 times, of the story of the woman who asked to be buried holding a fork in her hand. Yeah? Seen a few nods. Remember that story. Why, says the funeral director, is your wife lying in a casket holding a dessert fork? Because, says the husband, she was told all her life, keep that fork, the dessert is coming. Keep hold of that fork, because the best is coming last. Hold on to that fork, for the sweets and the cakes are there. Hold on to the fork. The best is yet to come. As God in Christ Jesus saves the best for last, eternal life, forgiveness, reconciliation, grace, it is ours. fork in hand, abundance shared, eyes wide open, and hearts too. You have kept the good wine until now. The best is at hand. Rejoice in his glory. Amen.